Hello, grade 6. And now we're going to continue our lesson 1, A Time of Glory in Athens. So now we're going to discuss the democracy in Athens. Earlier in about 500 BC, a leader named Callisthenes made reforms that helped Athens from an early democracy. Now citizens, not a king, a tyrant or an oligarchy, could make decisions about the government. His reforms created an Athenian democracy that was a direct democracy. This gave every Athenian who was a free male over 18 years of age an equal vote in the assembly. Women and slaves were not allowed to vote. A council proposed laws to the assembly which would accept or veto them by majority rule. To veto something means to reject it. In this way, many Athenian citizens began to make decisions directly without their government. In contrast, a representative democracy is a democracy in which citizens elect other people to make decisions for them. The government of the United States is a representative democracy. Direct and representative democracies have other key differences too. All citizens living in small communities such as a city-state could take part in a direct democracy. Today, populations of most democracies are too large to do this, so a representative democracy is more practical. Also, in a direct democracy, citizens all met in one place. This is not possible for the citizens of today's democracies. In 461 BC, a new leader named Pericles made more democratic reforms. He believed that all citizens, rich and poor, should be able to serve equally in government. He explained that no one is refused because of his poverty or humble origins. His reforms led to a foundation for future democracies. Many Americans, such as Cesar Chavez, have worked to see that all citizens are treated equally. And in the 1960s, Chavez worked for equal rights and justice for poor farm workers, most of whom were Mexican American. He formed a group that would become the United Farm Workers of America. This group used nonviolent actions to get higher wages and better working conditions for farm workers. Alright guys, now we're going to discuss the Golden Age. So with the Persian Wars behind them, the Athenians began rebuilding their city-state. They felt a sense of a great pride because they had defeated the strong Persian army. Also, Athens continued to receive a tribute from members of the Delian League. This tribute gave Athens the money it needed to rebuild. In addition, Athens had a strong leadership, especially that of Pericles. All this gave rise to a time of a great cultural achievement in Athens. This period now known as the Golden Age of Athens lasted from 479 BC to 431 BC. Pericles' goal was to make Athens an example to all of Greece. Pericles wanted to rebuild Athens as the model for respected political, economic, and social structures. He also set out to make Athens a center for art and learning. He hired the best architects and artists that the Greek world had to offer. Architects designed new government buildings, schools, temples, and theaters. Hundreds of builders made the designs a reality. They used gleaming white marble dug from a nearby mountain. Artists decorated the building with murals. Soon, Athenian officials dedicated the new buildings to the public in a celebration of Athenian democracy and culture. Throughout Athens, the Athenians built many open-air theaters out of stone and wood. One theater held more than 700,000 people. Athenians loved plays, and often every seat was filled for a performance. Athenian playwrights were considered the best in Greece. Also, guys, I want you to know that while the great architects, artists, and the playwrights contributed to the golden age of Athens, so did others. Greeks advanced art, poetry, education, philosophy, science, mathematics, and medicine. Today, more than 2000 years later, people are still influenced by these contributions. So to sum up, Greek city-states united to fight the Persian Empire in the Persian Wars, and the Greek victories led to a time of growth and wealth for Athens and its early democracy. This began a period of cultural achievements called the Golden Age of Athens. These enduring contributions continue to influence people. Here, guys, you have some reading checking questions from your textbook with their answers. I want you to read them carefully and check the answers. Also copy them in your social studies notebook. So this is all for today. Thank you so much for listening.